Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to the Emunah Project. At the time of this recording, we're in the period between Passover and Shavuot, Pesach and Shavuos. And so it's apt at this time that we go through some Mishnahs in Pirkei Avos, the ethics, the teachings of the fathers, because in the 6 weeks between Passover and Shavuos, each Shabbos we read on Saturday afternoons a chapter from Pirkei Avos. So today we're going to look into chapter 5, Mishnah 26, where Ben Bagbag says, Ben Bagbag Omer, depending on the translation, turn it, for everything is in it. Some people say delve into it, for everything is in it. The it, of course, being the Torah, the Word of God. There's a lot of reasons for this. By reviewing it over and over, you become familiar with it. You incorporate it into your mind and into your heart, and hopefully into your life. By constant repetition, you will see different parts of it. You will go into it in depth. Turn it, delve it also means different layers. Initially, you're just going to do the pshat, the pshat being the plain and simple meaning of the word. You know, turn it, delve it, everything's in it. It's not that hard at the pshat level. When you go deeper, and you're saying, well, what other things could this be hinting at? What deeper meanings can we get from this? What spiritual, Kabbalistic meanings and interpretations can be in it? With Bagbag, when he says review it, study it on all levels. Not just the plain meaning, what it has in the everyday life, but what deeper meanings can be found. This is all part of Torah study. Another aspect into reviewing it over and over and over again, you will find, and I've mentioned this before in previous videos, you will find that when you review Torah, and by Torah I mean the entire scope of Torah knowledge, and for this purpose is the entire Tanakh, the entire Jewish scriptures. As you get older, year after year, you will see things in the same words that you've never seen before. Questions will come up that never occurred to you in previous years. Why? Because every year you are a different person. You have a slightly different history. You have a different way of looking things. You have different experiences, different viewpoints. And the same words that you read when you were 20, you will get other meanings when you're 30, when you're 40, when you're 50, when you're 60, when you're 70. Review it over and over again, because you are not the same person day to day, year by year. You will be sometimes surprised. For example, the weekly Parsha. Every year we read the same sections of the Torah, the first 5 books of Moses, over and over again. And I am constantly surprised reading a passage in, whether it's Leviticus or Genesis or Numbers. I will see something that I've never seen before. Has never occurred to me before. You're in effect viewing it with new eyes. So be on the lookout for that. It's surprising when it happens. A verse in Genesis that you've read 20, 30, 50 times, you'll say, I never noticed that before. And when you're reading, when you're studying, if you have a Chumash or a really good Tanakh, something that has commentaries from rabbis throughout the ages, the medieval commentaries of Rashi and the Rambam, and Ibn Ezra, the Ramban, Sforno, all these great minds exposing different facets of the verses, of the words, even of a single letter. Go in it again and again. Also, not only in terms of knowledge, but you view it over again because day by day you have different concerns, different needs as a person. Sometimes you want inspiration. Sometimes you want courage. Sometimes you want solace. You're going through a lot of pain. There's been a death. There's been a divorce. You're finding yourself out of a job. You're having struggles in your educational, professional, your work life. You go to the Torah and you turn it over and over. Everything is in it. Whatever you need is contained in the Jewish scriptures. From, if he wanted to, if she wanted to, a 5-year-old could understand much of the Torah. And if you want to, you can plumb all sorts of depths. You can take it at a very shallow level or the deepest Kabbalistic levels. It is a profound work, and whatever you need, you will find in it. You'll find humor in it. You'll find horror. You'll find passages that are disturbing and disgusting. You'll find you find yourself moved to tears at certain parts. You'll find yourself laughing at certain parts. A lot of people don't think that there's a lot of humor and comedy in the Torah. There is. Look for it. It's there. Also, the thing about the Torah, and this is something that you have to keep in mind, the Torah is everlasting. It's always there. From the day you're born to the day you die. For you, your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and their great-grandchildren. It's always there. And this is God speaking to us. Don't just view the Torah as something that happened to other people. Again, we just went past Passover and the Haggadah. It says, don't view this as history. View it, read it as if you yourself was taken out of Egypt. You yourself went through when the Sea of Reeds parted. You yourself saw the lightning and heard the thunder at Sinai. You were wandering, traveling through the wilderness. This is an account of our family. Sometimes it's our literal family. Sometimes it's our spiritual family. But review it over and over again. You won't be disappointed, and you can spend your whole life reading it, and it won't be a wasted life. It's always there. One of my favorite biblical verses is from the 40th chapter of Isaiah, verse 8. Grass withers, a flower fades, but the word of our God is forever, and that is true. It is always there. It is your constant companion. Make it a part of your day. Make it a part of your life. Write it in your heart. These words should be who you are. And whatever you need, you will find it in the Jewish scriptures. This is God speaking to us. He speaks to us through the scriptures. You go over the verses, you go over the chapters. For those of you who want to, try if you can, reading it cover to cover. It's not a novel. It's not something you can just like zip through like a novel. Some parts are rather difficult. Some parts are rather dense and hard to understand. Some parts are very much like a storybook. Most of Genesis is very much like a storybook. And don't feel you have to do an entire chapter a day. Do it a little bit at a time. A couple of verses here, a couple of paragraphs there. But when you read it, don't view it simply as a pastime or as entertainment look at it as God, the Creator, literally speaking to you here today, not just something that happened 3,300 years ago. And not only grass and flowers, but things wither away. Your family members, as you grow older, will die off. Your friends will go away. People who you trusted will betray you. People who you never thought will abandon you, will turn their back on you. You'll find great joy. But everything is fleeting. Everything is passing. But the Word of God, the Tanakh, the Hebrew Scriptures, they are eternal, and you can carry them from your earliest childhood right to the very end, and you won't be disappointed. Review it. Turn it over and over. Delve into it again and again, for everything is contained in it. We're going to be doing more videos along this line. On behalf of the Emunah Project, I'm Daniel, and thank you too much.